It was one of those nights where the wind didn't howl. It whispered, like it knew something I didn't. The streets of East Memphis were slick with rain, turning potholes into black mirrors, and I was just trying to get home after a double shift at the garage. I was tired, empty, the kind of hollow that settles deep in your ribs after you've lost someone, and Haven figured out how to fill the space they left behind. I took the back way, the old industrial stretch near the rail yard. Probably not smart, but I needed the quiet. I needed to feel like I was moving through the world without being seen. And that's when I heard it. It wasn't a bark. It wasn't a whine. It was just a sound, like something trying not to be heard. I slowed my truck, windows down, engine idling, and there, curled up under a rusted-out dumpster soaked to the bone, was a dog. He wasn't a puppy. He was too lean, too wary, but he wasn't old either. He was just broken. His ribs showed through his matted fur like piano keys, and one of his ears was torn clean through. But his eyes, man, his eyes were wide awake. Scared, yeah, but sharp. Like he'd seen hell and was still deciding whether to run from it or stare it down. I killed the engine. I didn't call out or move fast. I just stepped out into the rain, hands open, voice low. "Hey, buddy, you lost or just unlucky?" He flinched, but he didn't bolt. That told me everything I needed to know. He'd been thrown away. Not lost. Abandoned. Left like trash because he wasn't shiny enough, or quiet enough, or easy enough. I crouched about 10 feet away. I tossed him a protein bar I'd been saving for my breakfast. He sniffed it like it might bite back. Then, as slow as a heartbeat, he ate it. He didn't gulp it down like a starving stray. He chewed it carefully, like he remembered manners from another life. That's when I knew. I couldn't just walk away. I named him Ghost that night. Not because he was pale, he wasn't, but because he moved like one. Silent, haunted, like he wasn't sure he was even allowed to take up space in the world anymore. The first week, he slept under my workbench in the garage. He wouldn't come inside. I guess he didn't trust walls. I'd leave out food, water, and an old flannel blanket. He'd wait until I was gone to touch any of it. But every single morning, the bowl was empty, and the blanket was folded neater than I'd left it. Then came the storm. This wasn't just rain. Lightning split the sky like God was mad at something. The thunder was so loud it shook the windows in their frames, and for the first time, Ghost ran. He ran straight to my front door and scratched at it like his life depended on it. When I opened it, he didn't charge in. He just stood there, shivering, his eyes locked on mine like he was asking permission to believe in kindness again. I stepped aside. He walked in like he had been waiting his whole life for a doorway that wouldn't slam in his face. After that, things changed. Slowly. Painfully. The way healing always is. He'd follow me around the yard, sit patiently while I fixed the fence, and watch me cook like I might vanish if he blinked. And me? I started talking to him. Not baby talk. Real talk. About my brother, about how I still wake up some nights thinking I could have done something different. Ghost never judged. He just leaned against my leg like he was holding me up. Then, about 3 months in, I got sick. Real sick. A fever hit me like a freight train. I couldn't get out of bed. I thought I'd just ride it out. But by the 3rd day, I was delirious. I couldn't tell if the walls were breathing or if that was just me. Ghost didn't leave my side. He barked once, just once, at the door when my neighbor, Mrs. Ruiz, came by with groceries. It wasn't an aggressive bark. It was alert, protective, and when I tried to get up and passed out cold in the hallway, he ran to the window and howled like a siren until Mrs. Ruiz called 911. They told me later, if I'd been alone for another hour, I might not have made it. But I wasn't alone. Ghost rode in the ambulance with me. He sat by my hospital bed like a sentry. The nurses brought him treats. The doctors called him a hero. But I just called him home. People say our pets save us with their loyalty. But I think that's not quite it. Ghost didn't save me because he was loyal. He saved me because he chose to trust me, even after the world had given him every single reason not to. And in that trust, I remembered how to trust myself again. Now, when I walk through the neighborhood, folks wave. Kids ask if they can pet him. He lets them, but he always keeps one eye on me. Like he's still making sure I'm okay. And I am. Not because the pain is gone, not because life is easy, but because sometimes when you think you have nothing left to give, someone shows up in the rain, half dead and full of hope, and reminds you that love doesn't need words. It just needs a chance. Ghost got his second chance. And because of him, so did I. Thank you so much for watching and for being a part of this story. If it touched your heart, please consider liking this video and subscribing for more. We'll see you next time.